Day in the life of Chris Hubbard. This is a video that y'all asked for, and one that my girlfriend had to convince me to not overthink. Normally when I make videos, I'd be like, dang, I need to dress up, put that shit on, whatever. This is how I look on a daily basis. So this is the day in the life. When I'm at the crib, I'm in my bonnet, a nice breathable t-shirt, some nice little breathable pants, and of course, some good slippers. So it's 3:25 p.m. right now. Since it's the weekend, I usually sleep in. Babe, what time we woke up today? So we woke up at like 11 o'clock this morning. I came in here, started working on some stuff for my upcoming EP, Soul Caliber, which I'm working with the team inside of ClickUp. And so it's a project management software. So now we're using that to kind of like tackle things as a team, which is super dope. So I had some stuff I had to put up in there so that the team can actually start working on some stuff for me, because we pushing my new EP into my upcoming album that I'm working on, which I won't say yet. But so yeah, day in the life. Today we gonna mix some songs, I believe, from the EP. My girl's out there playing Fortnite right now. I'm gonna probably go play with her later, but right now I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I already had some breakfast this morning. Well, I had a bowl of cereal. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I had two. But yeah, that's it, man. We just gonna get to it. Last night I recorded an open verse challenge and shot a video to it. This is what it looked like. So she been blowing my phone line up in her body, went straight to her mind. I love the way that she be moving that waistline. Y'all can go watch that on my Instagram. I ain't gonna play the whole thing right here. So yeah. Over to the crib. Oh, I'm about to say, I thought we ain't had no mayo. I was gonna be hurt. I was like, no, oh no. Do you ever like, when we buy lettuce, do you ever like, you know how I be washing the whole thing? Sometimes I'll just be like, man, I'm gonna just take a piece that I'm gonna use and wash it. You always do that? Yeah. I don't be feeling like doing all that all the time. Right, I know, right? It'd be too much. I'm gonna take off one. I want some of those kettle chips. All right. Just like that, boom, we have lunch. We found that too bright. And just like that, we have lunch. I'm gonna get my heater. All right, so right now, I'm actually in the process of clearing some space off my computer because we was recording a video for It's a Wrap on my computer through OBS, and it crashed because it started running out of space. So before I show y'all what I'm about to do on my laptop screen, I'm gonna create some space, and then we gonna get into day in the life, for real. Get into the real nitty-gritty details of it. I just had to re-upload my EP that I'm working on to a platform that the team can actually just play the album straight through, or play the project straight through. So I used this platform. It's called untitled.stream. So if you ever need to share private links or whatever to some music, untitled.stream, use that. All right, so now that we done cleared off space, let me wipe my lens, get a clear picture for y'all. There we go. Now that we cleared off space, I wanna show y'all how I'm about to mix this record. So a lot of records are older and I recorded them on a different computer, different, program, whatever. I don't remember when and where exactly I recorded this record, but I'm gonna show y'all how I take the MP3 or the WAV file, like just a singular file itself, and I still managed to mix it using FL Studio. So day in the life, here we are. This is what I'm about to do. So I'm mixing a record called Off the Cliff, produced by J5. This record is like super dope. Bunch of bars, bunch of punchlines, like straight through. And I'm gonna show y'all how I get it from my iTunes library into FL. So as you know, iTunes is like a cloud service, right? Like, so even with old songs, sometimes they won't play, but I'll basically like, I'll remove the download and then download them again, and then it'll be in my Finder app. So I'm gonna click these 3 dots next to the song, go down to show in Finder, and boom, there you go. It shows me the actual audio file. So now I'm gonna take that audio file and I'm gonna open up FL, which is already here. I'm gonna start a new project, save changes. Now, what I like to do before I drop a song into FL is get the BPM and all that information. The way you can do that is by going to tunebat.com. You go to tunebat.com, you search, you click key in BPM Finder, and you can just drop the song in here. So I'm gonna just click and drag my song into that box right there. And it's gonna give me the BPM, boom, 81. So now I'm gonna right click on, which for Mac is clicking with 2 fingers at the same time. I'm gonna right click on the BPM and I'm gonna type in the value 81. Now I need to drag this in here. To do that, I'm actually gonna, like right now it's in full screen. As far as like FL, it was in full screen, so it was in its own separate window. I took it out of full screen, now it's back to the main window. The reason why I did that is because I could take 3 fingers with my Mac. And this is for my Mac users. Like if you're using an Apple product, look at all the different little like mouse, the keypad strokes, because they're really useful. So I'm gonna take 3 fingers and swipe up and it'll open my screen like that. Now I can go to the folder that has the song and just click and drag it in there. Now I got my song. So I'm gonna play this song and you'll hear that like it's a clean recording, but it's not beefed up. It doesn't sound like it's been polished. To understand the difference between mixing and mastering, here's a good analogy. If recording is like putting the body parts of a car together, mixing is like giving it the paint job. And then mastering is adding the wax coating to make it shine. That's all it is for real. So if you listen to this record sounds clean, but bare in a way. And back then I thought I was doing something. I thought I was mixing, but I really was. I didn't do what I can do now. So
I ain't wanna overdo it, but I might have to. Listen. Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers view me like a good movie, sad when I'm going off.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I just need to mix this real quick. So in FL, if you have the newer versions of FL, they now have a stem extractor, which I believe uses AI in a way to separate the vocals from the beat and the beat by the stems. So you can get the drums by themselves, melody, bass, vocals, all separate. So the way you do that is you click this little wave icon right there on the audio track, click that, and you're just gonna click extract stems from sample. You're gonna check drums, bass, instruments, and vocals. Leave everything else the same as you see here, and then click extract. It's gonna give it a minute. And this is how I take records that are old and I only got the demo or I only got the MP3 and I still manage to mix and master them, polish them, and put them out. So if you were ever wondering, that is how I do that. Even some of my clients, sometimes they don't have access to the stems or the files or, you know, the original recording file. So they'll just send me the MP3 of what they have and I'll take that and do my best to work with that. And 9 times out of 10, I normally get them a good product once I'm finished. So if you ever need your stuff mixed and mastered, I do it for $60 a track. I can take the MP3 wave file as the whole song file itself, if that's all you have, or the track stems. You send it to me, I'll send it back. And yeah, that's that. Anyway, so as you can see, it's almost done extracting the stems. Now what I like to do, like my approach is like, I like my mix to sound full. I like it to sound like the vocal is sitting in the beat and the beat is the vocal is accompanied by the beat. It's like, if I'm the vocal and I'm the main person in the front and the middle, and then my vocal, my beat is my backup, but you can hear them, you can feel their presence, you can, you know, that's how I want it to sound and feel. Notice I said sound and feel because mixing is more than just hearing, it's a feeling, in my opinion. All right, so we're gonna mute this track up top and let's play it now. So this is the instrument by itself, just the melody. Drums by itself. And FL is really good with maintaining the quality. Vocals.
Rappers view me like a good movie, sad when I'm going off. Upset in their stomach ball, off the top, but I ain't ball, no toupee.
And this track didn't really have any bass, so I'm gonna just delete this bass part. And okay, boom. So we're gonna mix with this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna send my melody, I'm gonna send that to 2 other tracks that are gonna pan left and right, so it sounds like the beat is like kind of behind me. Hold on, trying to see if right, boom. Yeah, so I'm gonna pan it to 2 different tracks so that they are panned to the left and right, and it somewhat like sits right here. So it feels like the beat is like kind of like a coat, like a jacket, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like something like this, you know? But yeah, that's what we want the beat to feel like. We want it to feel like it's covering us in a way. I probably didn't have to go that far to demonstrate. Y'all get what I'm saying. Look, some people are visual learners, so I gotta do what I can to make this video as informative as possible and as valuable as possible. Anyway, here we go. So the way that you send a track to other tracks in FL, you click the little empty box right here. These arrows down here, if I want to send it to track 5 and 6, I'm gonna click the arrows right there to track 5 and 6. Let me turn those on so I can hear what that sounds like. Right now, I only have these soloed. So let's press play on it. Right now it's a little loud. I'm gonna take 2 decibels off of this, and then I'm gonna type in the value right here. Right here is the panner, this little knob right here. I'm gonna type in -44, and then on this one, I'm gonna type in 44. So now we got them panned, and this is how it sounds. This is how it sounds without it. This is how it sounds with it. It's definitely gonna come in handy once I actually play the vocals. So let me play that.
J5, you crazy.
So now we see where the vocals sit in. It sounds a little low. I'm actually gonna open a preset and then just take off some stuff. And that's the other thing I like to do. Like, I don't mix my songs from scratch over and over and over. My voice isn't really gonna change that much over the course of my career of me making music. So I use every song that I mix and master, every new song, I save it as a template. So if I want a song to sound like that, I just go back to the template. Only thing I might be changing is the timing of the delay and the timing of the reverb, if it's any on there. And that's it. That's how I'm able to put out records fast if I want to, just left and right. So I'm going to open, by the way, these vocal chains will be available for purchase very soon. I'm working on that. Let's go to open mixer preset. Click in my music presets that I already made. Let's go to date added. I'm gonna use like this verse that I did in Japan for my song Lofty. I'm gonna open that. I'm gonna press play just to see how it sounds.
Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers
A little bright, but we're gonna work with it. Let's turn the drums on too. See how everything sits.
fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers view me like a good movie. Sad when I'm going off.
I know one thing I'm definitely gonna add is this plugin called R compressor, because it brings out this beefiness. Oh, this is the wrong one. It brings out a beefiness in a vocal. I'm gonna turn the attack time all the way down, because with rap vocals, you want whatever the compressor is to hit it as soon as the vocals come through. So I'm always, any compressor, I'm gonna put the attack time all the way down. The release, I usually leave it on the quicker end, on the lower end, because again, it's rap vocals is real quick. If it's like a singer, sometimes you want the release is like, how long is this compressor gonna hold on to my vocal? Sometimes you want that release to be delayed if a singer is like, you know, singing crazy or whatever. It's something to play with, but that's the idea of it, right? So I'm gonna just leave that where it was. Let me turn this on actually. I'm gonna lower this threshold, because this threshold is basically saying once the vocals go past this point, past this gate, we gonna start working.
Listen. Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers view me like a good movie. Sad when I'm going off. Upset in their stomach ball. Off the top, but I ain't ball. No toupee, touche. Give her flowers, bouquet. I don't care what you say. Opinions are a crusade. Within yourself, if you brave. They buzzing like a bumblebee by the sun rays. Praise the source, cause every day is a Sunday. Even
So Sound Goodizer is a plugin that makes it, in my opinion, it makes your vocals sound more present. And so I was trying to add that in, but I don't know if I'm liking it. I'm going to replace this one knob brighter plugin. By the way, I'm using Waves plugins. If you're wondering what these plugins are and what they're from, I subscribe to the Waves Ultimate Bundle, which gives you access to like a bunch of plugins if you pay the monthly subscription of $24 or $25 a month. It's like $24.99. So if y'all want to use, especially any of my vocal templates that I'm going to be putting out, a lot of times they use Waves. So if you want to download it and work with it, you're gonna have to have Waves. Let's see. I'm gonna use this one knob louder. It's gonna send I love the illustration that they have for it, because it has like this arrow going up and then 2 going out. It's supposed to make the vocal larger, not necessarily like, well, yeah, louder, just sound louder, right? So I'm gonna turn this on.
Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers view me like a good movie, sad when I'm going off.
So now the vocal is beefed up, but I'm gonna turn it back down so that it sits with the beat. So sometimes, I'm about to copy the reverb that I had on the original lofty vocal chain to this current one that I'm on. And I'm gonna show you how to copy and paste a plugin and its settings that it currently has onto a new track. So you have to first have an open slot open. So that's why I deleted that last plugin that I wasn't using. And I'm gonna click this drop down arrow next to the reverb. I'm gonna click and hold save preset as, and then drag it to the track that I want it on. Now it has replaced that empty spot. And now I can just play with my reverb how I want to. Also, a quick way to calculate the timing of your reverb. Let me change this back. You want to do 60,000 divided by, so we're going to do 60,000 divided by the BPM of the song. And that's going to give us a value that we can use for the reverb. The number that pops up, you have to move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. And that's the number you can put in for your reverb time. We're going to divide this by 2. And basically it goes 16th note, 8th note, quarter note, etc. So it's different like timing for like how your reverb actually lands on beat. So I always divide that first number by 2 and then divide it by 2 again. And I use those 2 numbers. So I might use 3.7 as my time or 1.85 as my reverb time if I want it to sound like a smaller room, and then the 3.7 for like a bigger room. So let's try 1.85 first. It was already on 1.8. And all I did was change the decay time right here. I right clicked on it, typed in the value 1.85 and then press enter. And now I'm gonna play with this wet and dry knob right here, this slider. So you want to adjust those to your liking. This is basically your original vocal signal, and this is the wet one. Anytime you see the word wet, it represents the actual effect. Like you're going to hear more of the effect. So I'm gonna turn this down because this knob right here on the actual vocal chain is also a wet knob. So the more I turn this up, the more the effect actually happens. So y'all see how I kind of balance them out.
Listen. Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe.
So that's all the way up. Notice how I'm changing this thing that says different. I'll just say it represents different. I don't know exactly what it represents, but it changes the shape of your reverb. So it has this diaphragm, this imagery over here, changes it to like a triangle shaped room. And you know, the more you improve it, you see it changes shape. So that may influence how it sounds. So I always like to use the triangle. I'm gonna go for a smaller reverb. So what I just did, I was scrolling with 2 fingers you can scroll and move around, you know, change the order of the plugins. And that does matter because I like to think of it like this. The vocal is starting from the top and going on down. So as it's passing through those different plugins, it's being affected in a certain way. So like this limiter, for example, creates a hard ceiling that says the vocal will not go past this. I don't care how loud it get, it's going to get crunched once it hit this ceiling, because we're not letting it go past that.
Yourself if you brave, they buzzing like a bumblebee and don't know how to behave. Such an
I moved where the limiter was because whatever it sounded like after the limiter, the reverb was taking that and making that big. So I wanted to change to see like how loud. Maybe I needed to decrease some of the loudness, so I moved the limiter, but I could also go inside the limiter and change the loudness based on where it already was. So I'm gonna move that back.
I don't care what you say, opinions are a crusade. Within yourself if you brave, they buzzing like a bumblebee and don't know how to behave.
I like the limiter at the end, but it needs to come up off of the vocal a little more.
Melanin all over my body, raised by the sun rays. Praise the source cause every day is a Sunday. Even when all of the clouds sit in the way, I'm trying to get back today. Can't get none of this time back. More valuable than everything, including the diamond ring. Married to the game.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep into this because then it becomes a mixing video, but this is day in the life. I'm doing these type of edits. I'm about to do this and then we're going to play it out loud to see how it sounds. So I've mixed this in my headphones. Now I'm going to play this out loud to see how this sounds.
J5, you crazy.
Just to see how it sounds on my studio speakers.
I ain't wanna do it.
A lot better.
I might have to. Fuck it, I'm jumping off. Cliffhangers, they stuck in awe. Rappers view me like a good movie, sad when I'm going off.
There's 2 other tracks I gotta record. I might do that today. Probably not gonna do it on the camera, because this video, I'm pretty sure, is already long. I already got a lot of footage of me making a sandwich and then coming in here starting to mix. That's a little bit of the day in the life. I'm probably about to go play the game with my girlfriend for a little bit, just take a break. Because sometimes, especially when you're sitting down mixing repeatedly, like you gotta give yourself a break. Your ears get tired, and then you're not really hearing what needs to be done to the mix. So yeah, that's why it's good to take a break. Not too long of a break though, because if you take too long of a break, now you procrastinate, you know. But there is a fine balance. So anyway, that's the day in the life. First video. Y'all really got like a quick little tutorial on mixing and mastering, which I wasn't even planning to give y'all that, but this is what we doing, you know. So it's your boy Chris Hovers. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment what you want to see in the next day in the life. I mean, I guess it's gonna be whatever I'm doing in my life. So, but comment whatever other type of videos y'all want to see. A lot of people are interested in my process. That was a pretty standard deep dive on my process and what it looks like on a daily basis. So there y'all have it. Peace. Blessings on to you.
Hey, yo, Chris, where you at? I'm in town.